Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie. Today we're going to be talking all about my recent 5-star reads. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have had so many 5-star reads in 2024, probably more than I've ever had. I don't know if it's because I'm just really capable of figuring out what is a potential 5-star read for me. So like I'm doing a good job of cultivating like books on my TBR that make sense for me, or if maybe I'm just being more relaxed. I don't know. But I just know that I am somebody who rates 5 stars based on feelings. If a book makes me feel some type of way where I just had the best time emotionally reading it, like it created a reaction, 5 stars. It might not logically make sense to other people, but I can't bottle up that feeling and share it with you. It just was such a good experience. And so I've chosen 5 books that I've recently given 5 stars that I want to share with you guys. I would love to know, have you read any of these? And if not, let me know if you added any of them to your TBR, or what was a recent 5-star read for you. So I'm gonna go from most recent and kind of go backwards. But again, this is not a collective whole of all of the 5 stars I've read, just the last 5. The first book we're going to talk about is Power Play by Chelsea Curto, and this is the second book in her series. I know the first book's called Face Off. I did not read that one. Don't ask me why. I will. I'm gonna go back. I made a mistake. But I read Power Play, and this is following Piper and Liam, and you guys, I love them so much. So much. Piper just got out of a 10-year marriage that honestly was no good. No good. Really ruined her self-esteem and her self-image and her self-worth. And so she's kind of trying to find herself. She's in the early stages of her dream career, but like being a woman in the like sports journalism field is really hard, and to get that respect is just, it's not easy. Then Liam is a professional goalie for a hockey team. Should I know what the hockey team name is? I should. But let me be so for real. It's a miracle that I even know the characters' names. You guys know my memory? No. Not good, not good. One of the things I love so much about this book is that Liam is just such a grump. He does not do any interviews after game or before. He doesn't do any media whatsoever. And you just knew reading this book that at some point in time he was going to cave and do an interview for Piper. I love a grumpy man who has a soft spot for his woman. I love it. I eat it up. I can't help it every single time. So Grumpy Sunshine is absolutely in this book. There's also kind of like spicy lessons, if that makes sense. Piper lacks experience. Her marriage just did not really teach her a lot about, you know, those things, and she's nervous about getting back out there in the dating scene, and so she asks Liam to kind of help her so she doesn't make a fool of herself. And you know where this is going. We all know where this is going, but we're here for the ride, right? Throw in the fact that Liam also has a cat with a name that you are going to absolutely love. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Read this book. Trust me. I literally turned to my husband and was like, can we name our cat that? Because like, this is genius. The friendship groups, unmatched. Loved every single one of them. Cannot wait to read all of their books. They just bring so much life to this story. You really feel like, I feel like every single character, I know somebody just like this in real life, and so I loved it so much. The groups, amazing. The text threads, amazing. Loved it. So hopefully that was enough to convince you. I know it was kind of a lot of gibberish, but I hope it really made some kind of cohesive sense. Trust me. Just trust me, read this book. It is quick, you won't want to put it down, and it is such a good time. The next book we're going to talk about is Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. This is book 3 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and book 1 I liked. Book 2 was not for me. Book 3, Lost and Lassoed, which I want to say thank you so much to Penguin Random House Audio for gifting me the ALC so I was able to listen to it before release, because it does come out on November 5th, and you guys, if you are somebody who does audio, trust me and believe me when I say you want the audiobook. It is so good. It is so good. So worth your time. It is narrated by Samantha Brentmore and Jason Clarke, and I am a Jason Clarke stan. Just like you guys know I love Teddy Hamilton, I also equally love Jason Clarke. Both of them are auto narrators for me. Like if I see them, I'm in. I'm in. Cancel my plans. Get rid of my meetings. I'm in. So the audiobook is so good, but it does come out on November 5th. So audiobook, or if you need to get it physically, ebook, however it works, just trust me, read this one. In this story, we are following Teddy and Gus, and they are just spitfires. They have such interesting banter and chemistry, and like they really just do not like each other, and you're kind of like, why? What's going on? There is a history there, and it does kind of make sense in my opinion. Some people said that they got together too quickly. I personally felt like it made sense and it worked well. Personally, I thought the pacing was great. I thought it was so well done, and I just really loved the single dad aspect of this story. Like, Gus is such a good dad, such a good brother. Gus and Teddy spend so much of their time taking care of other people that it was really sweet to see them be the person that they needed, right? They were able to give them that comfort and that support that they usually don't get from other people. It was just so sweet, and I loved it. And the daughter in this story, she is so fun, and her relationship with Teddy, amazing. And even the mom, so Gus's ex, I loved it. I love when the ex is not a problem, but instead like part of the solution, part of the support. I love that because it's so healthy to see, right? And then the other thing that I really loved about this story was that there were a lot of friendship elements, right? So Gus is Teddy's best friend's brother, right? So Gus is the brother to Emmy, and Emmy is Teddy's best friend. And so we knew there was going to be a weird dynamic, but then also there's been weird dynamics because of the fact that Emmy is married now and doesn't necessarily have the same relationship with Teddy. And so it was super curious to see how Teddy navigated through this weird phase in her life, trying to fit in as people kind of like shift into different roles. And I thought it was super well done how they navigated the struggle and the tension in this friendship as well. So I wasn't sure if I was going to pick up book 4 before, but now having read this one, I loved it, and I'm super excited to see where Lila goes with the next book in the series. Next we have Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, and I was not sure I was going to pick this one up. I was actually pretty sure there was no way, but I got the audiobook, and so I was like, fine, I'll listen to it. Let's see, right? Because I loved Nora Goes Off Script. I loved it. But then I can't remember the other one. Same time next year? I don't know. It's a summer book, second chance romance. Did not buy it. Did not love it at all. Did not like it at all. And so this one I was like, I don't know. I would have missed out. I would have missed out on this story, and it would have been a crime. Allie and Ethan, I loved them. This is kind of more on the women's fiction side. It does have a lot to do with Allie and her life now that she's divorced and trying to be like with her kids and be a good mom, but like also finding herself and her identity. And I don't care. I had the best time. And her opening herself up to the idea of dating again. Ethan is just everything. I don't even know how to put him into words. I loved him. I loved him so much. He was so patient and so respectful and so just supportive of Allie as she was navigating all this, and like how much he showed up for her. I'm so down bad for this man. I'm so sad that this is the only book I'm gonna have with him because like I love him so much. I need more of him. But you know what? This author, she's wrote me back in. She has another book coming out, I think next year, and I am like, I think I might even ask for an arc. That's crazy. That's crazy because we don't know how this is gonna go, but after this book, I want to owe her an apology. Like, oh my gosh, this book was everything. I loved it so much. Next up we have All Too Well by Corinne Michaels, and if you don't know by now, she's an author that I will always stop what I'm doing and read. This book is out, it is available now, but I was able to receive a early ALC so I could listen to it, and I finished it in one day. Absolutely one day. Could not stop, did not want to stop. It is essentially following Ainsley and Lachlan, and they are childhood best friends to lovers, but they had a scenario that happened, I want to say like 10 years prior, where some miscommunication might have happened. It might have happened. And so, you know, as a result, they do what they do, where they don't talk to each other and they avoid each other for a long time, until eventually they're thrown back into a scenario where they have to see each other and old feelings arise and ... What I will say about this book is that there is a scene that will stick with me that I love so much. 2 scenes. And the first is there's a fire at the location that she's staying, and he knows this, he's a firefighter, and when he hears the announcement like on his radio, he literally stops everything he's doing, runs out and goes to her, and I just love it. They weren't even together then. It was just genuinely like he cares so much about her well-being, and it's his job, but like he cares about her well-being. Let's be honest. Would he have done that for other people? You would hope, because he's a firefighter, but we know the truth. We know. He might have been a little slower. And then there's another scene where his mother has passed away, and Ainsley goes out of her way to get him like this replica recipe of like I don't know exactly what the food is, but she tries to get like as close as the original as she can to something that his mother used to make when he was younger, and it's just so heartwarming. And she went out of her way, like she went to this bakery that was like not nearby, and it's just so thoughtful. I want to say it's like angel food cake or something like that, some kind of cake, some kind of baking something, but it's like the care that these two have for each other, the heartfelt moments. I just really loved it. So another book to add to your TBR. This should shock absolutely no one, and that is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Listen, if Elsie Silver writes a single dad book, I'm gonna read it. You guys know Heartless is one of my top books of my whole life, and Wild Eyes also gave me that vibe. Like, I don't know how to describe it. West is amazing. I think my review literally says like, where does one find a man like this asking for a friend? But like, for real. For real. I don't know how to describe this book other than I thought there was great banter. I thought they were really playful with each other, but then also it was scorching hot. Scorching hot. Page turner. Loved it so much. And honestly, like, he's so close. Like, there is Cade and then there's Weston. And that's crazy. I did not think I would like it more than Wild Love, but here I did. I did. So those are the 5 most recent 5-star reads that I've had. I hope you'll consider picking them up. I hope you love them if you do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!